Sir, Umamheshwaran, sir.
Yeah,
sir. Good morning, sir. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning.
Our principal sir is there, sir.
Yeah, hello. Good morning, sir.
Professor Dr. Afzal Ali Baig, sir.
Okay, hello. Good morning, sir. Yeah. நான் பேசுறேன், என் வாய்ஸ் கிளியரா இருக்கா?
கேக்குது சார்.
ஓகே ஷூர்.
சார் நீங்க ஷேரிங் கரெக்ட்டா இருக்குல சார் உங்களுக்கு? ஏதோ செக் பண்ணனுமா தேவையில்லையா?
Yeah, give like நம்ம செக் பண்ணிடலாம், நல்லதுதான். just a minute செக் பண்ணிடலாம்.
ஓகே, அப்ப நீங்க ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Yeah, just a minute.
குரூப்ல போடுறவா சொல்லி. இப்ப ரெக்கார்டிங் இல்ல. ரெக்கார்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணல யூடியூப் போய். அதுக்கு கன்னியூ ஆமா அது போயிட்டே இருக்கு. அது பிரச்சனை இல்ல, அது யூடியூப் லைவ் போயிட்டே இருக்கு. பாருங்க. எத்தனை 7 பேர் பார்த்துறாங்க. எனக்கு இது வைங்க, இதுல வைங்க, அந்த இது வைங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணி. இது பிபிடி வைங்க சார். மொத்தமா இருக்கு. எங்க இருக்கு? ஸ்கிரீன் போங்க. இது கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. F5 ல போடுங்க. F5 போடுங்க. பாருங்க. இது அப்படியே இருக்கட்டும். நீங்க நாம ஒண்ணும் பண்ண முடியாது இல்ல. நான் ஒண்ணும் பண்ண முடியாது. நீங்க என்ன பண்ண முடியாது? அது சொல்றீங்களா? அது ஓகே.
எனக்கு இது அலோவ் பண்றீங்களா? என்னோட ஸ்கிரீன் வந்து நான் வேற சிஸ்டம்ல வரேன். ஓகே நசீர்,
எங்களோட ஷேரை க்ளோஸ் பண்றேன் சார். நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க சார். இப்ப ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க சார்.
யா ஓகே.
கேக்குதா? சார் நீங்க ஷேர் பண்றீங்களா சார்? இப்ப செக் பண்ணி பாருங்க. ஓகே ஓகே. நீங்க ரெண்டு லாகின்ல வந்திருக்கீங்க.
யா வந்துச்சா?
எஸ் சார், விசிபிள் சார். எஸ் சார்.
ஓகே. and என்னோட பிரைமவேரா சிஸ்டம் ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டேன் because that's a separate computer. நானே காமிச்சேன்.
ஓகே.
இது ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங் டிசேபிள் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த சிஸ்டம்ல வருது. உங்களோட இந்த இன்வைட் செட்டிங்ஸ்ல போயிட்டு அலோவ் அதர்ஸ் டு ஷேர் ஸ்கிரீன் கொஞ்சம் ஆன் பண்ணி விடுறீங்களா?
நோ சார், உங்களோட யூசர் நேம் என்ன கேக்கேங்களா? அந்த யூசர் ஐடியா?
யா ஆமா, யா அதே கரெக்ட்.
ஓகே ஓகே. அது யாருன்னு தெரியல, அதனால தான் சார்.
யா நான் அதுதான் பிரைமவேரா.
இப்ப யூ கேன் ட்ரை சார்.
கேகே வந்து பிரைமவேரா இருக்கிற சிஸ்டம்.
ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. I have given right sir, you can try it now sir.
Okay. Yeah, Primavera தெரியுதா?
Yeah, yes sir, it is visible now sir. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just a minute, update பண்ணி wait பண்ணுங்க.
Okay.
இப்போ clear.
Visible sir, visible.
Okay, thank you. அது போதும். ஓகே, நம்ம பார்த்துக்கலாம்.
ஓகே. Sir, sharply at 11 we can start the webinar, sir. We will allow the participant at 10:55, sir.
சாரி, என்கிட்ட சொல்றீங்களா? யார்கிட்ட?
அவங்ககிட்ட தான் சார் அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட். அவங்ககிட்ட தான் சார் சொல்றேன்.
நசீர், ஐ திங்க் யாரோட ஃபோன்ல இருந்து நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன்ஸ் ஒன்று வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு. அது உங்க ஹோஸ்ட் ஃபோன் செக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Yeah, the webinar is in English only. Don't worry, I'm just talking in Tamil just for them. Okay, don't worry, I will start in English only. Yeah, good morning. Yeah. No, the webinar is yet to start. You can wait, don't worry. Yeah.
பேசுங்க.
Sunaid sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can start, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible, sir?
Yes, sir. You can
Okay,
start.
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Greetings from Alim Mohammed Saleh College of Engineering. On behalf of Civil Engineering Department, I welcome all the participants for the live demonstration on Primavera Portfolio Project Management Software. I welcome our beloved Principal Sir, Dr. Afzal Ali Bey, respected Head of the Department, Mr. Nazir Ahmed, and the resource person, Mr. Uma Maheshwaran, Planning Engineer from L&T. Now I call upon our civil final year student, Mr. Fariduddin, to recite the prayer.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, one and all present here. Myself, Mohammad Fariduddin, studying final year civil engineering at Ali Muhammad Saleh College of Engineering. Now I'm going to recite two beautiful verses from the Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Praise to be Allah, Lord of the worlds, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Master of the day of judgment, it is you we worship and you we call for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, and not of those against whom there is an anger, nor of those who are misguided. Thank you so much.
Now I request our beloved Principal Sir, Dr. Afzal Ali Beg, to give the inaugural note. See, due to connectivity problem, Principal Sir is not in the session. Okay, now I invite the head of the department, Mr. Nazir Ahmad, to introduce the resource person.
Thank you, Zunaid. A very good morning to one and all present here. I am MF Nazir Ahmed, Head of Civil Engineering Department. I take immense pleasure to welcome you all for this intellectual convergence. Now, let me introduce our resource person, Mr. Uma Maheshwaran, sir. Uma Maheshwaran is a civil engineer, professional in his work, and enthusiastic about merging the digital world with the construction world to tackle the real world problems before and after the commencement. He did his BE Civil Engineering from 2011 to 2015. During his studies, he acted as a joint secretary in college culturals, creative head of civil department symposium. He is one of the founding members of Photographic Club. He organized workshop as student member of Indian Concrete Institute. He is also a member of Thuakam, and non-governmental organization, initiative of many awareness program. After his UG program, he joined as a senior engineer for site execution in L&T construction. He is also the second in charge of vertical surge shaft of 164 meter in height. He also involved in management of materials and labors, coordination between all the departments, preparation and analysis of site cycle time. After this, he did his PG program in ME Construction Engineering Management from 2017 to 2019. Some of his internships and trainings include building information modeling, design and analysis in L&T Construction Headquarters, internship at AMSCE Sewage Treatment Plant in Wabag, Bahrain, training in geology and civil engineering UPES Dehradun, training in project management at L&T IPM Vadodara. Some of his projects and journal papers includes paper on effect of Internet of Things on construction industry, paper on comparison between MIVAN and conventional shuttering, project on retrofitting of concrete columns using composite fiber reinforced polymers, project on design of commercial hotel complex. Apart from Primavera, he is also expertise in building information modeling, Revit architecture, MS project, Primavera, MS Office, AutoCAD, Navisworks, StatPro, and Photoshop. I welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our resource person, Mr. Uma Maheshwaran, to take over the session. Please, sir.
Sure. So thank you very much, everyone. That was a very warm welcome. And good morning, all. And I'm so overwhelmed to see so much response from everyone. I didn't expect this much of people, frankly. So let's jump straight into the session because I am reading the comments. I can see that many people are waiting for this session. So let's jump straight into the session. Okay. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Just a minute, it's loading. Yeah. Okay, is the screen visible to everyone? Yeah. Okay, I guess the screen is visible. Okay. Okay, so Primavera is a portfolio management software. It's not just a project management software. I'll tell you why in a short while. So to get into it, the Oracle company, that is the owner of the Primavera, provides the Primavera software in two variants. Okay, so one is the standalone version, that is the usual install. The second is the EPPM or the online version. So the standalone version is nothing but how you usually get all kinds of softwares. Like you get the setup file, you install it, and it is there in your system alone. So it is inside the system. So that is why it's called as a standalone version. Okay. And the EPPM version is actually the Enterprise Project Portfolio Management. That is the full form. Okay. Enterprise Project Portfolio Management online version. So that is nothing but when you buy the EPPM version, Oracle gives you a URL or the web by which you can enter that URL in the browser, and you can use the Primavera in the online only version. So there are many pros and cons for each of these. So I would suggest the everyone or anyone who's a beginner will always start with the standalone version because it's actually easier. And though the interface looks like an old style, I don't know why, but they haven't upgraded the visual interface of the standalone version. It still looks like Windows 95 in my point of view, but still the operation wise, the whatever is happening inside is totally bug free and it is totally smooth. So that is why standalone version is very good for beginners, and also for people who are who got used to Primavera the standalone version, and also who don't want to share the projects file, and they are going to plan and they are going to keep it to themselves. So for them, standalone version is the perfect version. Coming to online version, so as the name suggests, the online version can be done only in your browser, and obviously you must require a web connection. So why is this? This is a very big deal because many sites are facing difficulties with internet connection. I'm talking about the sites. It need not be just India; it is everywhere. So because of that, many people, in my experience, I have seen few people are moving away from online version just because of the internet connectivity. Otherwise, the main advantage of online version is that you can share your projects, or you can give permissions. Like there is an admin user, then there's the like management person, the resource person, then the planner. The admin person can give access to the next person who need not be in the same area. He can be in any part of the world. So he can control that person's list of projects. So he can give, okay, this person can have access to these projects. This person can have access to these resources, these calendars. So that sharing and controlling is much, much, much smoother in the online version. So those are the two variants, and those are the pros and cons of the Primavera softwares. And the difference between those two softwares. Okay, and going to the next one. So I have divided the whole Primavera set of features into three broad categories. So one is the primary items, that is the things that we have to configure even before starting the project. Okay, so the things that the basic items that you need to fix inside the software, so that it won't be a headache afterwards when you actually it is a must, because after that when you go back and because after that when you start a project and then go back and change, for example, when I had created the activities inside a project, but later when I go and change the calendar of the project, which is actually one of the primary steps. So when I change the calendar of the project, it makes a mess. All the dates and times are not configured, or it doesn't work the way that you want. So the primary items is a must before you start any project. So those items come under the first category. Second is the planning phase, And we spend, as a planning engineer, we spend most of our time in this phase. I'll show you the list of activity that comes into each and every category later, but we will spend most of our time in the planning phase. Activity like creating a project, entering the projects, entering the activities inside the project, linking them, assigning resources, going into giving the rates, giving the cost. The major portion is the planning phase. In software point of view, I'm telling you, okay. The real world scenario is something different. I'm talking in software terms, okay. The third part is the monitoring phase. So monitoring phase is, as the name suggests, you have completed the planning phase. So you have the plan, you have the start date, you have the end date, and you have the which activity should come after which activity. You have all the list and who's responsible for all. Everything is there. But everything is there in the software. It is inside the computer, right? The real world scenario is something different. So that is where the monitoring phase comes. So after everything is planned, you will enter the data then and there, or as the day progresses, you will enter what is the actual progress or actual achievement achieved for that specific activity or for list of activities into the software. So we'll enter, so you will have two values. One is the planned value, next is the actual value. So that is nothing but the monitoring phase. There are many steps in the monitoring phase also. It is not just one or two steps. There is something called as baseline, and there is something called as resource leveling. So many things comes under the monitoring phase. So these are the three main items. Okay. And one small thing which I want to talk about the primary item is primary item. As a time period, you will spend very little time in the primary items, but it is very, very important. It is the most crucial part. Okay, it is very time, like you will, if you are an expert, you will hardly spend half an hour to 1 hour just for the project. That's all. So you will just create a calendar, and do everything, and you will just get the settings. You will put the managers. So I mean, everything comes in the primary items, but it is very, very crucial. Okay, so I just want to stress on that. That's all. Going into the next process, is my voice clear? I'm just worried about my voice because while testing it was. Is my voice clear, Nazir? Hello, excuse me, Nazir? Yeah, okay, thank you. I got a message from someone. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm continuing. Okay, and yeah, thank you. Also, I want to inform one thing that since we are in short of time, my guess is I can go up to the planning phase. Okay, it's a very important thing. I will explain you as broadly as possible. But since because of the time constraint, I don't think I can go to the monitoring phase. Okay, so let me do my best. Okay, thank you. So the primary items. So what are the primary items that you have to configure before starting the project? Okay. So these are the 4 items. So one is the OBS, organization breakdown structure. Next is the enterprise project structure. Next, third is the calendar. You have to create and assign the calendar. And according to me, calendar is the most important thing that you have to do. You should not make a mistake in creating a calendar. Okay. And fourth is the user preferences. User preferences is nothing but the $sign or what is the unit of measurement, those things. Okay. So, and OBS, let's talk about OBS. Okay, so OBS is nothing but your company's management or people, responsible people or responsible manager. So it is nothing but people. Okay, so your company's staff. So all these stuff in hierarchical fashion is called as organization breakdown structure. So this is I've shown you in a simple example here. It's actually a very simple example. So it starts from the state panel, then comes the labor management president. Everyone is everyone are here are people. You just remember that these are people. Okay. So next is the Department of Transportation head. Next is the division head. Then comes management. Then engineering division head. Then comes the director. So like there are levels, and for each level there are two to three people. So this is nothing but a hierarchical fashion, right? So this is something actually very simple. I have shown the example. Let me show you some different. It can also go to this level, right? MD. If the company is a mid-range company, most probably it will start with the managing director, right? So managing director, then comes all the divisions like administration, the EPM. EPM means engineering project management. Then comes operations and project. The maintenance person may come, quality, safety, everything. So purchasing head, everything, and under that. So breaking down like this is OBS structure. So you like it is very important because look, these two examples are pretty simple. Okay, just to make you understand, I'm showing some pretty simple, but OBS can go very complex like this. So this is a very complex OBS, as you can see. Not just see, you're not just typing their names, okay? Who's under who's under who? No, not just that. You're typing what are they responsible for? What is their job profile? Like what do they do? What are the time periods that they are available? Everything is put in detail. So when the limit crosses, like as a human mind can handle just up to 40, say 20 people, 40 people in your mind, you can remember those people. After that, you can't remember who's under who's under. So, and also it is most required to assign to their project. So this is what is called OBS. Okay. So next, actually, so what I wanted to do is actually initially what I planned was to show one of the slides and then go back to the Primavera software and then come back to the slide and then go back to the software. But I have some issue here, so what I will do is I'll quickly I just quickly finish this and then completely go to the software window. Okay, if that is okay with you. Yeah. So actually, this is the second phase. I'll just quickly go through it. So this second phase includes like you have to add a project and then add WBS, that is the work breakdown structure. Work breakdown is nothing but the levels, and similar to OBS, you said this is WBS. For each activity, this activity comes under this activity. Let me give you an example now. Like for example, say you're having an IT complex. So there are 5 different buildings inside that IT complex, right? And so those 5 different towers will come under one level. So that is the first level of the WBS. Okay. So under each building there are like say 7 floors. So under one tower there is 7 floors. That comes as and in each floor there are like 10 rooms. There are like the steps of the activities like form work, reinforcements. So breaking down into each level is called as WBS for the activities I'm talking about. Okay. And then comes the activities. Then comes durations and relationships. That relationships nothing but the start, finish, start. I'll explain you. I'll jump directly to software in 1 or 2 minutes. Just a minute. Okay. Then comes scheduling. Scheduling is nothing but done automatically, but still you have to keep all the variables precise, so that only can you copy. Okay. Then comes resources. Resources nothing but there are 3 kinds of resources. If you are a civil engineer, you will obviously know that there are 3 kinds of resources. MMM, that is man, machine, materials. So those are the resources, and we will for each activity we will assign those resources. So that is how resources are handled. Okay. So now I'll stop the presentation and I'll jump directly to the Primavera. Okay. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, is the screen visible here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so I'll quickly tell the interfaces here. So this is the menu bar, this is the project bar, and okay. So okay, talking about the basic elements, I told you the first of the basic element is the OBS, organization breakdown structure, right? So the organization breakdown structure can be found when here. Go to enterprise and then go to OBS. That is organization breakdown structure. Okay. So as you can see here, these are the hierarchies which are present in this sample profile. Okay. And if you want to see this in a chart format, you have to just right click and then view in the short format. So this looks similar to what I showed you in the example. Okay, so just to make it familiarize for you, or few people will prefer it this way. And but while entering, I suggest you go back to the table view, right click and go to table view, and then you have to add or remove, or you can change the. So for example, if enterprise is nothing but the name of the it can be the name of the company, or it can be the topmost person. It can be the CEO or the MD or anyone. So under him comes the ENC. This is the second level people. Like second level is energy management, product, corporate, and IT. All these are second levels. And under them, under prod dev, we have third level. That is prod dev, program 1, program 2, under corporate, in-flight, pipeline. So these are the third levels. So what should you do if you want to add a person? So simply click add here, and a new person is added. So I can say 3. Okay. So just remember, if you want to add in that level, you have to click it, someone in that level and then press add. If I want to add someone in the second level, I have to press someone in the second level. See, corporate is in the second level. So I have to press corporate and then click add. See, a new element is added in the second level. So I would say, right. And if you want to add another person inside IT, just click add and say staff 1. But currently, it seems like both are in the same level. So to put it inside this IT, you have to select this one and press this right arrow. It will come inside there. Get it? So it's the same for everyone. If I click in flight and press left, it will come to the previous level. If I press and come, it will go to the next level. And up and down, everything is possible. Okay. So these are the buttons that you have to use to change levels or change the order or sorting or anything. So this is the OBS. Okay. And see, and for each OBS or each person, you have to enter the name. This is the name, and here you have to enter the description. Okay, it's totally up to you, or it's up to the organization. Like how do you want to describe them, or what is the job profile that you want to write here. Then comes the responsibility of that person, right? So responsibility, actually, you cannot assign it here. Okay, so when you create a project, you will create the project and then assign that person to that project. So when you assign the person there, it will be shown here. So for example, one person can take care of like say 2 to 3 projects together. You cannot put it here. You have to go to the project and then assign for one project, this person is responsible. For the next project, the same person is responsible. You will assign there and it will get reflected here. So that is why this responsibility column is here. So, and then after that, yeah, this is pretty much the OBS. To put it simply, I'm just rushing through. I hope you understand because we are short of time. Okay. Okay. So this is nothing but the OBS. Next is the EPS. If you remember the presentation slide, second of the basic items was the EPS. Okay. So go to enterprise and then click enterprise project structure. Okay. So the enterprise project circle, you might think that it looks similar, right? So again, it has something called hierarchy wise, and there is one thing under the something. Again, it is something under something. Okay. The main difference is these are all project hierarchies. These are not people. Okay. So first thing is for example, the name of the company. Under that name of the company comes the other divisions. For example, like it can be business units or something. Like ENC is a business unit, energy is a business unit. So under that you can go to regions. Okay, under this business unit you have 2 regions. Say for example, if I want to under triple services, I want to add a southern region. I want to add another region. I can say north region. Add. I can say. See. Okay, so see, you are not seeing any projects here right now. You are seeing the divisions of the projects of the entering of the projects later, which we have in. So, okay, this is the name of the EPS, and this is the codes. See, the as the name suggests, the EPS ID should be unique. Okay, it is up to you, but it should be unique. That's all. So this is nothing but the EPS. Okay, and as same as that, you have to just right click and view it in chart view. You can just view it in chart view. It is the same stuff displayed in the chart format. Okay, as you can see, EEE services as South region, North region, East region, West region. Okay, and for each element of the EPM, see, this is the ID, this is the name, and comes the responsible manager. This is what I was talking about. See, you have to assign a responsible manager for that level of projects. Okay, so okay, don't think that South region is a project. South region is not a project. It is a correction. It is a program. To put it in technical terms, this is a program. Okay, so under South regions there can be again multiple projects. It can be 5 projects or 10 projects. Okay, so for this whole South region, you have to put one responsible manager. So to put a responsible manager, you have to click this. What do you see here? You see the OBS. See, that is why I told that OBS is the first step. So you will first create the OBS, you will then come to EPS, and for each element of the EPS, you assign one OBS. Get the idea? Okay. So you are now assigning that here. See, that is how you assign these things. And similar to this, I guess I already explained you this. Now you have to, if you want to change a level here, you have to just put it here or put it here, and it will get reflected here. Okay, up, down, anything is possible. Okay, so that is EPS. Enterprise project structure is the your company's program or the level or hierarchy of projects. It is not the people or the responsible managers. It is the projects that you have inside your company. So that is the EPS. Okay, so next comes the calendars. So before going to calendar, actually calendar is the one of the important things. But I guess I can read the comments here. I think few people want to see the activities directly. So okay, anyway, I'll go to the activities and show you one example, and then I'll come back to calendars. Okay, but just remember calendars is very important. So okay, this is the projects tab. So if you can you see there's left button here. So this folder is the project tab. You click this and this will be displayed. And here you can see this is nothing but the EPS. Just now we saw EPS now. So this is the same EPS here. See, just now we created this all the 4 regions. Okay, and southern region is already there, so that's why it has some projects inside. See, each EPS there are couple of projects inside each program. I told you now each line is a program. Okay, so under each program there is a couple of projects here, and these levels you can go up to any level. I guess I think maximum I have seen is 4 to 5, but I think you can go up to 10 or something. Okay, so under each program you can see a set of runs. Each and every line is a project here. Remember that this is one project. For example, see dam project. This is a building project. This is apartment something. Each and every line is a project here. Okay. So I'll just open a new project for you here. I'll go to the north region and then I'll click plus here. Say when I say plus, new project is added. So it is asking me under which EPS it wants to. I'm saying that I want it in the north region. So I'm adding the project inside the north region, and I'm starting for the name of the project. So let me say simple site. Simple site and SI code is SI. The name of the project is simple site. Okay, so it's asking for the planned start date. It's the 9th and must finish by. I think it's nothing but the planned completed date. So don't enter the planned complete date now. Okay, because if you enter some date here, it will consider that as a constraint. And it will try the Primavera software will try to calculate the activities according to that it must finish by that date. It makes a problem. Okay, so just don't put the must finish date here. You just add the planned start date and then go. Okay, and it's asking for the responsible manager for that specific project. You can again enter anyone. Okay, okay, and enter the person you wish from the OBS and then go back. It's asking for the rate. I skipped that part. Now, I told you there's a user preference. So using in the user preferences, you will have the different rates, and then so you have successfully created a project. So can you see under the north region we have a new project here, simple site. Okay. So to open the project, you have to right click on the project and then say open project. See, it opens in the activities tab. Previously it was the projects tab. Okay, previously we were in the projects tab. So when I right click and opened, the activities tab was opened. Okay, so this is correct. There are no activities right now. We have to add activities. So this is the project. So we are now inside the project. Okay, there is no activities right now. So let me show you some. I'll have just one level of WBase for simplification. Okay, I'll talk about multiple WBase later. So we are considering there is just one level. Okay, and under that level we are going to add projects. Activities. So for that you can just right click and add an activity or this button. Both are same actually. Right click and these items are the same. Okay. So typical civil site will have what? Start with survey, and then we'll have excavation. Right click and concreting. Then comes what? Curing or de-shuttering? We'll say de-shuttering. Then comes curing. Okay, I hope this is enough. Okay. So what have we done here? So survey, excavation, reinforcement, shuttering, concreting, de-shuttering. Okay. So in Primavera, I'm talking about very simple stuff. Okay. So all you have to do is enter the start date of the project, or okay, in this case, start date of the activity, of the first activity, only the first activity. So we have to enter only this date. Then you will enter the duration for each of the activities. Okay, let's say surveying takes 10 days, and don't get the actual numbers, it is just random example. Okay, excavation takes 4 days. So after entering one of the dates, all you have to do is enter the duration for each. Okay, so concreting takes 7 days, de-shuttering takes 2 days, curing takes say 21 days. Okay, so after that, next comes the most important part. You have to link the activities. Link means I have to say excavation should start after surveying. Reinforcement should start after excavation. So that is called linking. Okay. So to do that, you have to go to that specific activity, that is excavation, and then go to predecessors tab. Okay. So in this predecessors tab, you have okay. But what does the word predecessor mean? Predecessor means before. Okay. So the predecessor of excavation is survey. So I'm going to assign here, and I'll put survey. So in now since excavation is selected, I can inside the predecessors tab, it is showing that survey is the predecessor of excavation. So we have now linked. Can you see here? Can you see the arrow here? So we have now linked survey with excavation. Okay, so that is called as linking predecessor. Successor is nothing but the opposite of predecessor. So if I go to successor and say excavation, inside excavation, I would say what is the activity that is coming next after excavation, what is the activity? Okay, so we will preferably use just one of the values. The opposite value will automatically come. See, for example, I've just clicked excavation and I've added the predecessor as survey. But if I go to survey and then go to the successors tab, see, excavation is already there. It is an automatic thing. For excavation, the predecessor is survey. For survey, the successor is excavation. I hope you understand what is happening here. Okay, so for simplification, I will omit successor and I will talk only about predecessor. Okay, so that it doesn't confuse you people. Okay, so the predecessor of excavation is survey. Predecessor of reinforcement is excavation. Predecessor of shuttering is reinforcement. See, I cannot go to see. These are 10 activities, so it might seem like okay, it is very simple. We can just open and link and everything. But if there are 100 activities, and I know that these are all straight links, so what I can simply do is I can just select all those and then I'll right click, and then I'll say link activities. It will simply link everything. Can you see the arrows here? So all are linked in sequential manner. So from survey doesn't have any predecessor because it is the first activity, so it cannot have any predecessor. So excavation, survey, you observe this area, okay? For excavation, survey is there. For reinforcement, excavation is there. Shuttering, okay, 2 times. Okay, I'll remove this. And shuttering reinforcement is there. Concreting, shuttering is there. De-shuttering. So it is perfect. Everything is linked good. Okay. So what should happen? The first date is the 11th of January, and the after finishing survey, excavation should start. But why is that not happening? Still the dates are the same. We have linked already. Why hasn't the dates changed? It is because we have to do one more step called as scheduling. Okay. To schedule, go to this button. Can you see this button here? Oh yeah. Why is it not showing here? Okay, there is a button. I think it is in Zoom call. It is hiding. I don't know why. Okay, just can you Nazir? Can someone answer here? In my other laptop, it is not showing. Why is it not showing? There is a button here. Can you see people? Can you people see? No, you cannot see. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I'll try to solve that. Wait. Still can't see, right? Wait a minute. Now can you see? I think there is a window here that is blocking. Why is it? Okay, I found the problem. Okay, there is the Zoom controls window is hiding everything. I don't know why. Okay, so I just moved that window. Okay, I'll show you this once and then I'll move back the window. So this is the schedule button. Okay, so if you press the schedule button, or you can also press F9, it will ask to schedule, and yeah, that happens. See, now you check the dates. The dates are 11th January, then like after 10 days, it is 22nd. So survey is completing on 22nd, and immediately excavation is starting. But when I say immediately, it is the next day, but it is the next working day. Okay, so that is where calendars come in, right?
Sir, Uma Maheshwar, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, you can stop your share and share it again, sir, so that the disturbance will be removed, sir.
Oh, okay. So okay, I'll just show you the important buttons here if you can remember. Okay, so this is the share like schedule button. This is the resource leveling button. The resource level comes in the third part. Okay, the monitoring part. Okay, so okay, anyway, okay, whenever required, I will just show you. Sorry, there's a problem with the Zoom, I guess. Okay. So as you can see, after the survey activity is completed, immediately excavation is starting. If you can see this area, okay, this area is called as Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt, Gantt chart. Okay, so in this Gantt chart area, you can see that after completion of survey, the excavation activity is immediately starting. But why is it starting? Because Saturday, according to this calendar, Saturday and Sunday is a holiday. So that's why after Friday, it is starting on a Monday. If Saturday and Sunday is a working day, this might have started here. You get the idea now? Okay. So survey, after completion of survey, excavation is starting. After excavation, reinforcement is starting. And you can see the durations are perfect. Okay. After the durations are like this one. 10 days, 4 days, 3 days, everything is reflecting here. And I'll tell you how to read this Gantt chart area. See, everything what you are seeing is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? So what is written here? January 10th. So January 10th, this first thing is called as January. That is the Sunday. This Sunday is nothing but January 10th. So Monday is January 11th, Jan 12th, Jan 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. So next Sunday is January 17th. That is what is displayed here. So that is how you have to read this Gantt chart area. Okay. So January 10th. So can you see that it is starting from Monday? So Sunday is holiday. So it is starting from Monday, January 11th. So that is why it is here. So it is 25th Jan. That is why it is here. So that is how we have to read this Gantt chart area. Okay. So yeah. Finish that. Start. Finish. Why is this like this? Finish that. Okay. Now it is in order. So can you see, PRIMAVERA has auto-calculated the dates for us. So each and every activity, the dates are automatically calculated using the software. What we did was, we entered the activities, we gave the duration of the activities, and then we linked the activities. Also, we gave the date of the first, only the first activity. So we gave the date for only for the first activity, and then we linked the activities. PRIMAVERA automatically calculated the days for all the activities using the schedule button. Okay, so this is the most simplest form that I am showing you, because you need to understand what is happening inside. Okay, I hope you understand what is going on, and I hope that I am not very fast. Okay, I am trying to explain in the most simplest manner. Okay, so that is activities and then linking. So let me show you what are the different kinds of activities. There are actually 6 different kinds of activities. Okay, if you click one activity and then go to general here, see, this is the properties of that specific activity. Okay, so if you go to general here, you can see activity type. So if you click down, you can see there are 6 different types of activities possible. Okay, task dependent is the default one, and milestones, there are 2 milestones, start milestone and finish milestone. That's another thing. Resource dependent is nothing but, okay, I'll slowly explain each and everything. Okay. Task dependent is nothing but whatever we currently did. Okay, depending on the previous task and the successor task, depending on the predecessor and successor task, we are having the dates of that activity. So that is nothing but task dependent. That is the most common one. Okay, task dependent. Next comes the, for example, say start milestone. For start milestone, I'll add a milestone here. Yeah. Or say finish. Okay, so finish is nothing but a milestone activity. When I say milestone, the duration becomes 0. See, previously when it was in task dependent, there was a value in the duration column. See, original duration 5 days. I don't want that. So when I go to finish milestone, it will change the duration to 0, and it will change into diamond format. So milestones are nothing but, as the name suggests, it is something like a target. Okay, so these set of activities should be completed on this time, or this will be completed on this day. So it is something kind of a target. That is the name. In civil language, we call it milestone. Oh, okay, sorry, not just in civil language. It is a word. Okay. So to have milestone values, it won't have duration or quantities or values or nothing. It is just a mark. So that is where milestones come. So when we put it into milestone, the duration becomes 0 and the shape changes into this. Also, you can link this activity. So when I say after go to predecessor, and then I'll say in this queuing. See, so the predecessor for sorry, what happened? The predecessor for finish activity is queuing. So what happened here in our Gantt chart? After queuing is completed, it is linking to the finish activity, but the date of the finish activity is not like, because it's a finish milestone. The finish date is showing here, but the date is wrong. It is 11th January. I hope you know what is wrong here. We are yet to do the schedule button. See, you are linking, but after linking, you have to do the schedule button. If you press the schedule button and then schedule properly, see, the finish date is 21st March. Got it? So that is how we do link. Now here. So after queuing, we have the finish milestone. So that is called as start milestone and finish milestone. Then task dependent is completed. Then there is called as something called as resource dependent. Okay. So all these activities are following calendar. I told you calendars, right? So all these activities are following calendar, and this specific activities following the corporate standard full time. So the corporate standard full time is nothing but Monday to Friday. and Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. So that is what is called as corporate Sunday. So can you see here? Can you see these two black bars in the Gantt chart? So that is nothing but Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday and Sundays is non-working days, and Monday to Friday is working day. So all these activities, this whole project is following this calendar. Okay, and you can assign resources for each activity. I told you in the presentation, you can assign resources for each and every activity. To assign a resource, you have to go to this resource tab and then click assign, and you will have a set of resources. We can also add. I'm rushing. Sorry guys, I'm totally rushing. So these are the resources we have to. You should have created previously itself, and then you have to assign it here. Okay. But why did I talk about resources here? These resources that you are having here may follow some other calendar. That is called as a resource calendar. Okay, so this corporate calendar is something different. This resource calendar is different. Think it in the real world scenario. You are having your own project. You are renting a guy. You are renting a labor, or you are renting a JCB or something. Those JCBs are not available for your day, or it has some specific restricted times or restricted time. So that is called as resource calendar. So that JCB or that operator is following is following a resource calendar. And if you go to this calendar, and if you go to, say, for example, concreting, and say this concreting activity needs to follow resource dependent. So it will follow the calendar of the resources assigned to this concreting activity. So concreting activity will have a set of resources, and these resources will be having a calendar, right? So this concreting activity alone will follow that set of resource calendars. I think I'm clear. I'm putting like 10 points together here. I hope I'm clear. Okay. So you are assigning resources to this activity, concreting activity, and those resources are having a separate calendar. So if you put it as resource dependent, this specific activity will follow the calendar of all those resources, and it will not follow these traditional corporate calendar, or the calendar for this project. That is resource dependent. Okay, so start milestone, finish milestone, task dependent is done. Next comes the level of effort. So level of effort is nothing but, see, for all the other types, okay, you should enter the duration. See, you are linking the activities, but you are the one setting the duration for that specific activity, these things. But when I say level of effort, you need not put the duration time here, because what happens is, depending on the predecessor and successor of that activity, say for example, shuttering has a predecessor reinforcement and the successor is concrete, right? So depending on the predecessor and successor of this activity, the gap is completely filled by that activity. Okay, so that is called as level of effort. I don't think I can represent it here. So the duration is automatically filled depending on the previous and the next activity. That is called as level of effort. Okay. Then WBA summary. When I talk about WBS, you might understand. Okay, so it is nothing but the total duration of all the activities under that one level. See, I told you that this is completely under one level. So the put together, the addition is 53. So we are having the duration for each and every activity. The summary of this activity is nothing but 53, right? So if I add an activity, call it a summary, and say that the activity is a WP summary activity, and schedule, it will summarize and say that the complete duration of this whole set of activity is 30. Actually, yeah, 31, correct. Yeah, 30. See, why you might ask, it is already there now, then why should we put it as a separate activity and then have a summary activity? There are use cases there. That is why this option is available. So to summarize the addition of the whole activity and put it as a separate activity. So it is nothing but like put it in a folder. Say for example, instead of linking another level of activities with this 10 activities separately, I'm summarizing this and then I'm linking the next level with this level using this activity. So that is the use of WBS summary. Okay, so those are the 6 kinds of activities that we can use here. Finish milestone, level of effort. Level of effort is nothing but depending on the previous and the next activity, duration is automatically calculated. and resource dependent, depending on the resources assigned to that activity, and it will follow the resource calendar of that resource assigned to that activity. Start milestone, task dependent is the normal usual thing, default thing, and I told about W-based summary. Okay, so these are all the activity types. Going to the next topic. Okay, so that is what I told. I initially planned of having a presentation slide for each topics and then coming back to Primavera, but since there is a connectivity issue and there's a problem, sorry, I couldn't do that. But the next topic is nothing but linkings. Okay, that is the linkings that we already did. So I told you that predecessor and successor, right? Okay, that can be linked in 4 different ways. Okay, so the relationships are 4 different kinds. See, if I go to for example, say queuing. Okay, so let's say quantity, and then say there are the relation should be FS. FS means finish start. Okay, and all others are the same only. FF means finish. SF means start finish. SS means start. Okay, so again the default is finish start, which means that this activity, the excavation activity should start after finishing of the survey activity. So survey finishes, excavation starts. That is why it is finish start. Previous finishes and the next activity starts. Okay, so if I change the activity to SF, it states that when the previous activity, that is I'm talking about predecessor of excavation is survey. So when survey starts, excavation should be finished. It will calculate according to that. Okay, so SF means start finish. So yeah, I've changed the link, right? I've changed the link to SF. Now I'll schedule now. Okay, you just see the link here, and then if I say schedule, can you see the arrows here? See, whenever the survey is starting, excavation is accordingly finished. I think it's linked wrong. Wait a minute, what is the problem here? Some problem. Wait. This is the normal thing. So, and then when I say finish means I think you get the idea. When I say finish, survey and excavation should be finished in the same date. So when I say FF and I schedule, see, can you see here? Survey and excavation are finishing on the same date. So Primavera is calculating the dates according to that. So survey is starting and finishing, and excavation is starting in such a way that it will finish on the same date of the survey. So that is finish. And if I go to start, I think you get the idea. Start means what will happen? Both will start at the same date. If I change the date of survey, excavation date will also be changed because we have linked them in SS. Okay, and FS is the finish start is the normal default thing, and SF is the opposite thing. I don't know what is the problem here because of time constraint. I'll check here. SF should like start with that. Okay, so finish start is the default thing. I'm changing back to the default thing and then scheduling it here. Okay. Then what is wrong with this one? Yeah, now everything is back to normal. Okay. So those are the 4 kinds of relationships: finish, start, finish, start. So both activities should finish on the same date. When the previous activity finish and the start, that is finish start. Previous activity starting means our activity should finish, that is SF. Start means both activities should start on the same date. That is, these are the 4 kinds of relationship that you can give while linking. Okay. So on top of relationships, on top of relations, there is another thing called as lag and lead. Okay, so we can say it's kind of a modifier to say. Okay, so modifier means what? So lagging means if I say, let me go to a different activity. Wait. See, if you guys have any doubt or something, you just type. I have a different device here. I have another device here. I can see the comments separately. Don't worry. You just type. I'll try to answer. Okay. because I'm worried. I think that I'm rushing and I have doubts whether you people are understanding. So if you have anything, you just type it here. I'll understand. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Status. Status means I didn't get your point. Status. Where is status here? Okay. Okay. This tab you're asking. Status tab. Okay. Okay. I think it is self-explanatory. You can see it is the original duration, and the actual duration is the value you enter from the site. Okay, and depending on that, the remaining duration is automatically calculated and completed. Okay, I'll come to this. This is the monitoring phase. Okay, that's the third part. We'll go to that. Wait. Okay. So we are talking about lead and lag. Okay. So on top of relationships, we have something called as lag and lead. Okay. So when I say curing is Fs, so deshuttling is finishing, curing is starting. That is Fs. And lag, I am going to say it as currently look at the Gantt chart. Okay, deshuttling is completing here, right? And then comes our concreting is starting immediately. Okay, that is immediate. Can you see the dates here? Deshuttling 15th February, curing is 16th February. So I'm going to curing and I'm saying that there should be a lag of 4 days, and then I'm scheduling. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I saw the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. You got the idea, right? So curing and the deshuttling are here. Sorry, I saw the wrong Gantt chart. So after deshuttling is completed, curing is starting after 4 days. You have a lag of 4 days. Okay, you can see with the dates here, 15th February, it is going to 22nd February. Okay. Why is that 22nd February? It is actually almost it is 7 days. Why is that 7 days? Why is that 6 days? We said lag of only 4 days, right? But why is there 6 days gap here? It is nothing but 4 working days. Okay, so it is the deshuttling is finishing on 15th February, and then it is calculating 4 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It is coming on a Friday. So it is taking Saturday, Sunday as a holiday, and then starting the next activity on the Monday. You got the idea. That is why I told calendars is very, very important. Okay. So when I say lag is 4 days, it is happening here. I will say that lag is 2 days. And then I will say reschedule. Can you see what is happening here? Okay. Got the idea. Deshuttling is completing on 15th February and curing is starting on 18th February because we told it is a lag of 2 days. So we are asking the program to do a lag of 2 days for curing. So deshuttling, wait for 2 days and then do the curing. Okay, that is called lag. There is also something called as lead. Okay, so for lead, I will go to this activity. What is this? Deshuttling activity. Okay, so deshuttling has its predecessor is concreting, right? So I will for lead, all you have to do is put a minus sign. Minus 2 days. Okay, and I'll put here. See, to better understand, I'll put it as minus 4. So what is happening here is can you see that everything is linked and pushed out automatically. So for deshuttling to happen, we are saying that when concrete is completing, you start deshuttling before 4 days. So you know the date of the completion date of concrete. I want deshuttling to start 4 days before. Hey, don't think about the value or the activities here. Okay, I'm just giving some random example. Okay, you just understand the concept. You might think how can we deshuttle before concrete? That's not the point. I'm just giving an example here. Okay, so the idea is this activity is starting 4 days before the previous activity is finishing. Okay, that is called as lead. We will enter the value in lag column only, but it is called as lead. Okay, by putting a minus sign here. So that is lead, and so those are the 4 kinds of relationships, and those are the 2 kinds of modifiers: lead and lag. I hope you understand lead. Okay, lag means you are making the next activity to wait. Lead means you are leading the next activity before the previous activity. You are leading. That is why it's called the lead. Okay. And you can mix and match everything. See, mix and match means when I say finish, and finish, and I say -4, and I schedule. See, so finish, but finish before 4 days. Okay, so you can mix and match everything. Start, -4 days. So these both should start together. And this is 4 days before that value. So you have that kind in like mix and match things. Too many options are there. If you mix and just think of it now, 4 and to the power of 2 modifiers now. Okay. So I'm saying plus SS plus 2. So SS start with a lag. I'm giving a positive value and then I'm scheduling. So you have to do this schedule button each and every time. Only then it will calculate. Okay. See, start. These two are concreting and de-shuttling are in start relationship with the de-shuttling value with +2. See, can you see this here? Can you see the arrow here? It is not coming from the end. See, for all other activities, the arrows are coming from the end. See, this activity is completing, then this activity starts. This activity completes, then this activity starts. But for this concreting and de-shuttling, since it is in SS, it is starting from the start of the value. This arrow is coming from the start of the concrete activity. See, it is in start mode, but +2. When I say 0, it is in start mode. See, concrete and de-shuttling are connected in start mode. So I think I made it very clear. Okay, and I hope I'm not fast or rushing. Okay. So we talked about activities, relationship, lags. Let me get back to the points that I want to talk about. Okay. So we talked about project, activities, duration, relationship, scheduling, resources. Okay, critical path method. So critical path method, if you know, like need not know Primavera at all, if you know like scheduling and stuff means you will know critical path method is a very important topic. Okay, so okay, we'll go for an example here. I'll start with the critical path method. It's not there. Delete it. Okay, I'll add the activity. It's not a problem. I'll quickly add the set of activities here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say the first activity start. Okay, I'm giving an example for critical path method. Okay, see, that is the one of the important things that why you use this Primavera software. Okay. Which I will finish it. Finish activity. Okay. So the start activity, I will say it is a start milestone. See, the duration automatically goes to 0 and the star comes. Okay, duration is 0. And I'll go to the finish value and then I'll say that it is a finish milestone. See, it is having a duration of 2. Okay, look at this area. When I change it, it will change to star. Okay, so then I will give the relationships. What I will do is I will say that okay, A's predecessor is start. Okay. So for B, A is the start. For C, B is the start. For D, I will say that D also starts parallelly. Okay, so activity D is a parallel activity. So I will say that start milestone is the predecessor. Start milestone is the predecessor for D. Okay. And then for E activity D. So I mean EDF is another parallel activity. Okay. ABC is one parallel. DEF is another parallel activity. I will show you how it is happening. DEF. Sorry. DEF. then comes F. For F, E is the parallel activity. For G, F is the predecessor, and for activity G, I link C also as the end. Okay, and see we can put multiple predecessors also. I forgot to say that we can put multiple predecessors for one activity. Okay, so for activity G, I am saying that after F completes, G should start. Also, after C completes, G should start. So G is starting after both these activities are completed. Okay, get the idea? G will start only after C and F both are completed. So that is why it has two predecessors. So let me go to H activity. D. Okay, from D. When we see it in Gantt chart, you will understand. So just wait for a few seconds. There are two A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, only I. This is not required. And then finish activity, its predecessor is nothing but I and as well as G. So the end of the project, we are finishing the project only when I and G are completed. Hey, wait, G, H. Correct. Yeah, everything is correct. Okay, sure. So what is the next step? We have entered the all the activities. We entered the first start date and duration. Oh yeah, durations. We have to give durations. We'll say this is 4 days. We'll say B activity 3 days. We'll say 3 activities as 1 day. D activity has 5 days. E activity has 4 days. F activity has 6 days. And G activity has 2 days. H activity has 4 days. I activity has 2 days. And the end has a milestone activity. So these are the different activities. So what is the next step? So date is given, duration is given, all a link is also given. So all we have to do is press the schedule button. Schedule and it will auto calculate. Can you see the beauty here? It has automatically calculated and it is showing in the Gantt chart. I told you this area is called as the Gantt chart. Okay. So when I told you this ABC is a parallel activity, DEF is a parallel activity, you didn't understand. But when you see in a Gantt chart, you perfectly understood. So that is why Gantt charts are very useful. So ABC is a series of activities, and DEF is a series of, and HI is another series of activity. So all are happening parallelly. Okay. So why is this in red color? All the other activities are in green color. So why is this in red color? So it is because that is called as the critical path of this project. This is actually, by the way, a very, very simple project. Okay, I'm just showing an example here. The activities coming in the critical path should not be delayed. If you delay the activities in this critical path means the series D, E, F, G, this path is called as the critical path. So the activities coming under this path, if they are delayed, the end date, that is the finish date of the project, will be delayed. This date will be pushed. It should not happen, right? We should complete the project in the stipulated time. So to do that, you should be very careful with the activities in the critical path. So that is why it is called as, that is why this calculation is called as critical path method. I am not going into the calculation because it will take a separate time. I can teach you, but it is a separate talking and it will take a lot of time. Okay, I hope your professors will teach you how to calculate critical path method. So just to show you in Primavera, this is the critical path. And to understand that any activity inside this critical path is delayed means it will delay the end date of the project. That is the meaning of this critical path method. Okay. See, if you delay this other activity means you can delay up to certain limit. That certain limit is called as float. Can you see this value here? You have something called as free float and you also have something called as total float. Okay. So obviously, all the activities in the critical path will have a zero float. Float is nothing but the number of days up to which you can delay that activity, which will not affect the end date of the project. So that is the float. For example, activity A has a total float of 7, which means that activity A can be delayed up to 7 days without affecting the completion date of the project. So that is called as float, or total float to be correct. Okay. So float value, so which means that A has a float, B has
Maheshwaran sir. Maheshwaran sir. So your voice is not audible.
Sir, your audio is muted, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir. Uma Maheshwaran, sir. Excuse me, sir. Uma Maheshwaran, sir, your audio is muted, sir.
Yeah, hello guys. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, yes, it is audible now, sir.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know what happened there. Okay. I think some internet connectivity. I told you now I'm connecting from I'm connecting from 2 devices here. So one device is picking up my voice, another device is showing the screen share thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Shall we continue? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So actually, from where did I drop my voice? I wasn't aware. From up to where you guys understood? I mean, was hearing. Okay. Anyway, I'll talk about the Thanks for I'll talk about the critical path and the free float and total float. Okay. I'll continue from there. Sorry guys, sorry for the technical thing. I mean I was not aware and I was continuously talking. So let's continue. So as I said, see these activities are having a float value. So when I say activity A has a float value of 7, it means that activity A can be delayed for 7 days without delaying the end date of the project. Okay, so activity A can be delayed to a maximum of 7 days. When I delay for 8 days or 9 days, the end date of the project is also pushed away, which should not happen. So that is the meaning of float. Okay. So and obviously, as you can see, activity D has a float of 0, E has 0, F has 0. So that is why these activities are in the critical path. Because if you delay these activities even by just 1 day, the end date of the project is delayed. So that is why it is a critical path. Float is 0. Okay. So and then 0, 0, 0. H has a float of 6. I has a float of 6, which means that these activities can be delayed up to a maximum of 6 days without pushing the end date of the project. Okay, I think that is where I left. Okay, so just I came back and I'll tell about what is free float and total float. Okay, so when we say free float, it means that okay, float, when you see the word float, it is actually a little bit safe. Okay, when I say safe means you're not going to change the finish date of the project. If your activity has float in anywhere, it is not going to change the finish date of the project. But what is the difference between free float and float, total float? When I say free float, you can delay that space. For example, activity C is having a free float of 7, which means that I can delay activity C for 7 days without delaying the next activity. So what is the next activity of C? Next activity of C is G. If you want to see the next activity, go to successor. You go to successor, you will understand what is the next activity of G. See, activity of C is G. So I can delay activity C for 7 days, which will not affect activity G. So that is called as free float. But when I say total float, total float has activity A has a free float of 0, which means that I don't have even 1 day to save the next activity. So if I delay activity A, activity B is also delayed immediately. That is the meaning of free float. Okay, you are not going to affect the end date of the whole project, but you are affecting the next immediate activity. So that is the meaning of free float. Okay, so activity A has 0 free float, but activity A has a total float of 7. Total float of 7 means what I just told you. You can delay activity A with for 7 days, which won't affect the finish date of the project. If you delay the whole thing for 8 days, means it will change the finish date of the project. So that is the meaning of free float and total float. So amongst all these, only 2 activities has free floats. Activity C has a free float. Activity I has a free float. So can you see what is the next immediate activity of I? Finish. Right. So that is why free float and total float are the same. So I can delay activity I without delaying the next activity. Activity C is the pure actual C. So when I delay activity C, I can go up to here. That is G activity. Then after that, if I delay means it will push G also. So when I push G, it is nothing but pushing the end date of the project. So I guess you understand what is free float and total float. Okay. So and what do you think is more important between these two floats? Free float is good or total float is good? Free float is good because you have like relaxing time of a buffer time to say that okay, the next immediate activity is not getting delayed. So it is always better to have free float. Okay. Better means it is actually automatic, or most of the time free float will be automatic only. Like even not, I'm not talking about software. I'm saying even during manual calculation, you will consider these things. You won't consider free float only. You will always consider the total float only. Okay? So, but it is always good to have free float because it is not affecting the next immediate activity. And total float, try to reduce the number of activities falling under the critical path. Okay, so which means that there are 4 activities in critical path, right? D, E, F, and G. So these 4 activities are in critical path. So one thing you have to do is try to reduce the number of activities falling in critical path. And also, while execution, you have to focus on all these activities, because you have to put all your resources, all your time, all your manpower into this, because if you delay these activities, it is going to push the end date of the project. So that is why critical path method is important. It helps you to recognize what are the important activities. Okay, so that is critical path method. Now let me go back to resources. I told about OBS, I told about EPS, I told calendar. I totally forgot. I told you I'll come back to calendar in some time. Oh my god. Calendar. Okay, project calendar. So go to sorry, go to enterprise and go to calendars. Okay. So these are the list of calendars that you have in your project. Okay, few items are it comes by default. Up to these 4 are default calendars, I guess, and these calendars are created by us here. Okay, so I will tell you what is calendar and what is happening inside each and each calendar, how to create and how to modify calendar. Also, I will tell you. This is very, very important. Okay, I skipped this part in initial because few people are commenting that why you starting or not. That's why I skipped. But this is actually very, very important thing, calendars. Okay. So to open this calendar, I will go to name of this, I will find it. I go to click this calendar and I go to modify. Okay. If I go to modify, it will. What is the name of this calendar? 5 into 10. 5 into 10 means 5 days a week working for 10 hours per day. So that is why it's called as 5 into 10. 5 days per week and into 10. Okay. So actually, this is the corporate full-time calendar. If I like, okay. Like if I click detailed work hours per day here, it will show from when to when it is showing I'm working. Okay, so this calendar, the working hours is starting from 7. If the details clear, it is very, very small. It's number 7 here. Okay, so the working hours are starting from 7 o'clock till 12 o'clock. I think again something. I think I found the problem. There's a call in it. So is my voice clear now?
Hello. Yes, sir. It is clear, sir. Yes, sir. It is clear, sir.
If you like, if it again goes away, do call me to my personal number. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So this is the working hour starts from 7 to 12 and 1 o'clock till 6 o'clock. See, 17 is 5 o'clock. End of 17 is 6 o'clock. So between 1 hour is lunchtime. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is lunchtime. This is nothing but half an hour schedule. Why is it in 2 parts? It's like you can put it half an hour. That is why if I select this alone, it is half an hour. If I select both, it is 1 hour. Simple. Okay. So that is this calendar, how to see. And 6 into 24, as the name suggests, 6 days a week and 24 hours working a day. But why is it showing as 22? Because if I go into detail, it's nothing but lunchtime. Now, day shift 1 lunchtime. Sorry, here day shift is 1 lunchtime, and night shift I put it as another lunchtime. So that is why it is 22 hours. Okay. Now, otherwise, it's nothing but completely like 24 hours working site with Sunday as a holiday. So that is this calendar. 7 cross 24. Again, I get you understand. 7 days are working days with full 24 hours are working. 24 means it is considering lunchtime. If you don't want means you can just select this and put it as work, it will change into okay. So that's the thing. Yeah. So now let me show you how to create a calendar. Okay, before that, I'll talk about these things also. See, while talking about resources and something, I also told there is something called as resource calendar. Remember, see, the project will calendar, the projects that you enter will follow these calendars. Okay, but the resources will also have a separate calendar. I told you now the JCB will, you will be renting a JCB or you will be renting an operator. That operator will not follow your own calendar. He will have a separate because he's from the outside. So you can create something called as resource calendar here. This is called resource, and then create another case. Calendar creation is the same. I'm just showing the pool. So this is the resource pool. This is the projects pool. This is a global pool. Global pool means it will come into everyone. You can the calendars inside the global pool can be selected by the anything. Can be selected by the projects also. Can be selected by the resources also. But the calendars inside the resource pool can be selected only by the resources, and the calendars inside the projects can be selected only by the projects. Okay, so it is simply better to create all the calendars inside the global pool so that it is better for you. Okay, and this default button, by the name itself, you will understand the default button. Whichever calendar you set it as default will be the default if you create a new calendar. Okay. So, excuse me, guys, just a minute. 15 minutes. Okay. 15 minutes, okay. No, you leave. I had breakfast. No problem. You leave, I'll come. No problem, you leave, man. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, okay, whichever you put it as the default thing. So, whenever you create a new project inside here, this default calendar will be assigned to that project initially by default. So that is it. So let us see how to create a new calendar. So press this add button, and when I say when I press add button, this will show. You have to select a previously existing calendar so that it can be copied from that. So let me say I'll copy from the full 24 hours calendar. Okay, and then put it here. The name of the calendar is SS calendar. So this is the new calendar which we have created. See, right now 7x24 and triple S is the same because we simply copied it. That's all. That is the first step. It is a mandatory step. Okay. So we have copied 7x24 and renamed it as triple S7. So right now in this stage, both are same. Now we'll go inside and modify. So let me say that I want a calendar in such a way that from Monday to Saturday, it is a full working day, full 24 hours. Okay. On Sunday, the second half of the Sunday is a holiday. So I want to create a calendar like that. Okay. So to do that, let us go into this detailed work. Okay. This part, detailed work, and then we'll say and we'll go to work week. So work week. And from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, these areas are good. Okay, we need one lunchtime for the day shift and one lunchtime for the night shift. Okay, so all these days are good. But for Sunday, I told from the second half, I need to non-work. Okay, so I'll select from here till the end, and I'll put it as non-work. See, this is a gray color, so it is non-working. And I'll put okay. So like. See, everything is in, but for Sunday it is changed. Check this area, check out this area. Okay, so all Monday to all other days are normal working, 24 hours working. But if I go to Sunday, see, second half of Sunday is a non-work. So we have modified that thing. And the second thing that we have to do is go and put all the holidays. So your company will have a set of holidays, right? So you take that holiday sheet and go and put and say, for example, December 25th is a previous holiday. So I will click December 25th and then click complete non-working. It is a holiday. Okay. Then I will go to January 1st non-working day. Similar. So you have to do all these steps, all the holiday steps. So that is the second step. So you have to put all the holidays. Then third comes the exception. So exception means whatever we told previously is a default thing for every week. This is going to happen. Okay, but say for example there is going to be a meeting, or there's a strike, or something is happening which will happen just for half day or for 3 to 4 hours, say. So I'm saying that on put it as for March 17th, sorry, okay, some random day will take March 17th. I'm saying that on March 17th, from lunch till 5 o'clock, it is non-work. Some program is happening on the after lunch. So I'm putting that as non-work. See, on March 17th alone, only that day, only at that day, this second, from 12 o'clock till 6 o'clock, this is happening, non-work. Because of that, can you see the color here? The color is changed to white. All other areas are gray, but 17th alone is white. It is because it is an exemption. You can see the legend here. See, the gray color is standard. That is the normal work that I told you, Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday is a full working day, Sunday half day. So those are standard stuff. To do the standard stuff, you went into work week. So you went into work week to say, okay, this is the standard thing that I want. Done. Then we said non-work. Non-work is the holidays, full day holidays. So you put all the holidays that you want, and then you will say this is a holiday, and then done. That is the second step. The third step is the exception. Exception is I told you. So if I put this as exception, this white color will come. Okay. So that day it is an exception. So that is what is happening here. So after doing all this, okay, press OK, and then so you have your triple calendar, and then close this calendar. And while creating a project, see, I went to the project tab. So this is a list of projects that we have. See, you have your company name here, you have your business unit here. Under each business unit, you have regions. Okay, under each region, you have your projects, right? So while creating a new project, you have to select the calendar for that. So I will select this project, and then I'll go to the defaults tab here, and then I'll put calendar. See, previously it was the corporate full-time calendar. I'll click this, and then I'll say plus calendar. Done. This is one of the first basic steps, configuration steps. I skipped it because I didn't want to bore you initially. I went to the important stuff straight, and then important means the full-time work that we do, and then I came back here. This is one of the very, very important first initial steps. Okay, so that is how you will create a calendar, and then you will assign a calendar to the same. Okay, and then comes, let me see what else I have to talk about. Project, WBS activities, relationship, schedule, assign, level R, monitoring, basically. To what is the resources? We'll talk about resources. Okay, I think after resources I'll wind up because I'm being called here. Okay, so sorry for that, but I'll completely talk about resources, and then I think we'll finish by that time. Okay, we'll see. So I'll go into one project. No, I'll go into some already existing project. I'll right click, and then I'll open the project. See, I'll tell you another thing. When I right click and open a project, it is not just that project being opened. Okay, this is one of the projects. See, already I opened this project, right? All these projects will be open in the activities tab. So to open just only our project and close all the other, you have to go to File, Close All, so that all the projects that are open will be closed. Are you sure you want to close this project and all the projects? Yes. So now all the projects are closed, and whenever I open this, only that project is opened. Okay. So now I see no other projects are there. Only our project, only the project which we opened is here. Okay. And I skipped the WBS part because of the time. See, this is called as WBS. See, this is the topmost level of the. We are now inside one project, right? So inside the project, this is the name of the project. That is the first level. So under the project, we have another second set of WBS, second level of WBS. This is the second level. All the green colors are the second level. And then come, okay, this project only has 2 levels. I'll try to open something with major levels. Okay, this has. Sorry guys, I don't remember which project has multiple levels. Okay. Okay, all the projects are having only 2 levels. Okay. So this is the first level of WPS. This is the second level of WPS, and under that you can also have another multiple levels. Okay. And in one level you can put your activities. These are the activities. See, yeah, now we get it. These are the activities. So the what was I would talk about? Resources. So in one activity, I'll go to this. I'll select one activity and I will go to resources, and then I'll add what happened here. That's a milestone activity. That is a milestone activity. That's why it is not allowing me to add a resource. Okay. So yeah, the milestone activities will have a duration of 0 and so from that, after selecting an activity, I have to click add resource, and then from the pool of resources that we have already created. By the way, we should already create the resources. It is not. It's similar to OPS and EPS only. Under one guy, we will have a set of people, or under one guy, we will have a set of missionaries. Okay. Okay, man, I don't want to confuse you people, but okay, anyway, I will show you this. To click this button, you will go to the resources page. So these are the list of resources that you have inside the project. Okay. So again, to create a resource, you have to right click here, and then new resources created, and you will say one of the 3 M's. It is a labor, or is it non-labor, or is it a material? Okay. So material means it is nothing but a consumable. If you put it as a material, it's something that consumable. You like concrete or bricks, nah. It is one-time use. That's all. That is why it is called material. Labor, by the name itself, you can say that it is a man. Okay. It need not be just a labor or a foreman or something. It can be also the site engineer. Site engineer is also put it as labor only. Okay. Site engineer or the supervisor, anyone. Non-labor is nothing but the machineries, drilling machine or JCB or the cranes. So those are the 3 kinds of resources. So you have to go to the resource tab, and then you have to create your resources. You have to put the rates of the resources. Rate means what? Rate is for 1 hour, how much is the rate? So that is called as rate. And also the availability. Availability means for 1 day, it will be available for 8 hours. For 1 day, it will be available for 10 hours. So that is called as availability. So that is, you have to enter those 2 items, and you have to have your resource pool here. Okay. Now going back to projects, and inside the activity, inside our selecting one activity, you have to add the resources that we have here. Okay. So what happens here is, I know I'm a little bit fast, but I just want to cover everything within the within our 2 hours. Okay. So see, the duration, original duration is nothing but the duration taken from the activity which you enter. So 7 is the number which you enter. Okay. So from that, this budgeted unit of time is nothing but the thing which we entered in the resources. So that Kim P. Paul Kim is a guy who is a very costly guy, by the way. He is available for only 8 hours per day. Okay. And the budget is sorry. What it will do is it will simply multiply. It will simply multiply these 2 items, that the 8 hours. Sorry, this is something like 7 hours. So 7 cross 8, 50 times. Just a minute. Yeah, it will simply multiply these 2 to get this, and then it will again multiply the remaining. Oh, sorry, not the remaining duration. It will multiply the available budgeted units with the rate to get the budgeted cost. So this is the cost of that guy for this specific activity alone. Okay, so that is how we get. I'm getting involving into the cost factor also. I'm not just talking about resources. I'm also talking about the cost, budgeted cost. It is also another important factor in PRIMAVERA. Okay. So that is how we get into these things. And why do we need to enter rates and budgets and everything? You will have a beautiful summary of all the things that you can See, one activity can have multiple resources, right? So I'm clicking here, I'm going here, and then I'm entering another resource, and entering another resource. I'm entering another resource. See, roofing, glazing, brick wall, everything. So that specific activity is having this many resources, and each resources, but cost is shown here. But here, okay, to have the column here, I'll right click and then I will put the column here. Just a minute. Sorry, cost. Okay. See, so inside the activity you are having all the resources, but the total summary is shown here. Total budgeted cost. So that is the beauty of having putting or assigning resources for each activity, and this is the directly affected by the duration of that activity, right? See, when I say rate is nothing but the per hour basis, right? So you are selecting the changing the activity or anything depending on that previous activity, next activity, critical path method. So the time duration directly affects the rate. Remember that, okay? And how to see this Gantt chart? Okay, you have to just right click and then go to time scale and then say I want to see month wise. It will change into January month wise, so that you can see a broader view of the Gantt chart. Okay. I think I have covered almost everything in Primavera. I mean, I'm talking about the planning phase of the Primavera. Okay, I try to cover all the basics, all the links and everything, linkage, resources, costs. Although I went very fast, I think I like if you have grasped anything or something, I'll be very happy. Okay, so I'll wind up now and finish it. Okay, Nazir, thank you very much, guys. I think also I'm being called right now. I didn't expect that. Okay, I'm being called here. So thank you very much, guys. I think I'll wind up. Thank you, guys.
Sir, Uma Maheshwaran, sir.
Yeah.
So sorry for interrupting. One information to the participants, sir.
Yeah.
I request the participants present in the Zoom platform. If you have any doubts, you can post your queries in the chat box, or else you can one by one can unmute yourself and ask your doubts. And for the participants, those who are watching the program in YouTube live channel, can post your questions in the YouTube chat box. So we are here to take your questions to the resource person.
Yeah. Okay, as I said, okay, I'll give to like 5 minutes. Okay, maximum 5 minutes. Okay, don't get me wrong. Okay. Guys, if you have anything, type it in Zoom. I'm watching all the comments here. Okay, if you have anything or type anything, or if you think the session is good, give any feedback.
So dear participants, those who are in a Zoom link, you can just post your questions chat box, or you can raise your hand. We will unmute you. So you can directly speak to the resource person.
Project status. Project status. That comes in the third but monitoring phase only. Okay. So what you have to do is see the. See, all the durations are the actual the planned duration, right? So if you want to go and write the actual duration, is nothing but the duration coming from the site. Okay. Sorry. So you will enter the value here, and there is something called as baseline. See, I will show you baselines here. Sorry. Assign a baseline. Okay, I don't. This is actually demo project. Okay. So what happens here is I tell you. You please try to grasp it. Okay. See, these are the planned activities that we are having right now. So this is the start date, this is the end date of the activity, this is the start date, end date of the activity, and activity, like. But while execution or while progressing, like say for example 40% of the project is done, okay, now you want to change or you want to change the activity, means this old thing, you might think that it will be gone, or I don't know how to represent the old planned dates with the new thing that I'm going to calculate. For that there is something called as baseline. Okay, so where is the baseline? Okay, I forgot, man. Okay, so what happens is the baselines will be like a small bar which will come under the activity, and if the dates of these activities are changed, the bottom bar will not change, but the big bar will change. So the bottom bar is nothing but the baseline of the previous calculation, and the total new bar which I have changed is the new calculation that you have done. So that is how you do the actual from the side things. You can change the dates, and you can compare with the originally planned dates with the new dates. Visually, you can see, like this is the Gantt chart area to visually see. So the old dates will be shown as a baseline here, and the new bar will move to show that okay, this activity has been moved this much. I hope I get the point. Okay.
Uma Maheshwaran sir.
Yeah.
One participant named Anand T. He's viewing from the YouTube channel. He's asked one question. Can you please explain about the earned value concept with one example?
One example. I sorry, sorry, man. It goes into very on guys. Nazir, I'm extremely sorry, Nazir. They are been calling me again. I totally didn't expect this.
Okay, no issues, sir. No issues, sir.
Yeah. I've been called here. Okay. So I think
okay, no issues.
Sorry, guys. I'm for the guy who called me. You try to contact me or get in. I'll explain you in person.
Okay.
So thank you, guys.
Nazir sir.
Sir.
Yeah.
Ask them to post the questions in the chat. You can answer them later by mail.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Any questions if they have, they can post it.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that.
You can use the announce like that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Actually, our resource person
is. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your presentation. This is principal speaking. Thank you very much for your presentation. That was very thought provoking. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope.
Sorry, the starting there was a glitch. I could not come. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure. No problem. Thank you very much. I hope it was useful, and though I feel that I rushed a bit, I hope it was useful to many people. Okay. Thank you very much.
So, dear participant, now we are posting the feedback link both in Zoom, Snapshot, and YouTube. You can give your feedback.
Yeah.
Nazir sir.
Yes, sir.
உங்களுக்கு வாட்ஸ்அப் பண்ண அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன் பாருங்க, ஃபாலோ பண்ணிக்கோங்க சார்.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'll leave. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I express my gratitude to our beloved Secretary Sir Alhaj Segu Jamaluddin, Trustee Administrator Sir Mr. Ataullah, Principal Sir Dr. Afzal Ali Beg, Vice Principal Sir Dr. Muhammad Shabir, and Head of the Department Mr. Nazir Ahmed for giving a moment to organize this webinar program. I also thank our resource person Mr. Uma Maheshwaran for the informative and valuable presentation. Finally, my heartfelt thanks to all the participants for acknowledging our invitation and attending the program and making it a fruitful one. Shortly, we'll meet in another fruitful one. Shortly, we'll meet. Feedback link, just the information. Feedback link has been shared in the chat box. So go through the link and give your valuable comments about this lecture. Thank you.
Thank you so much, participants. Thank you.
See, I'll repeat, feedback link has been shared in the chat box. So open the link.
काम में दखल देना पूछेगा तो बताएंगे
आवाज क्यों नहीं दे रहा इसमें से आवाज ही गायब हुआ क्या
जी सर
हाँ
अभी तक चला था
ये आवाज नहीं आ रहा अभी ये म्यूट किया था अनम्यूट किया मैंने आवाज तो आना चाहिए ना हाँ
आने को
नहीं आ रहा है
तो मैं मारा था नहीं मेरे टांगे में दुख था 3 बार उठाया
बोल रहे कि लोग
ये कौन है
वो अपने अपने रिव्यू दे रहे हैं वो छोड़